Hey everyone, welcome back to the range. My name is Matt. It's ammunition testing day. We've got 7.62x39mm to check out today. This is a late 90s import. Someone over at the AK Files, I think, donated this to me a long time ago. It's been sitting in the intake drawer, and I figured while I'm out here testing a lot of 7.62x39mm that we should get this out and get it tested. This is the special 8M3 effect round. 123 grain hollow point. Let's throw him on the table and see what we're going to do today. Unfortunately, in 7.62x39mm, I only have two barrel lengths, a 10-inch and 16-inch. We're going to check the velocity of this in both of those barrels. Since I only have two boxes of them, I'm going to attempt to do a practical accuracy at about 50 yards with this, and whatever I get is what I get. And then we want to test this in our clear ballistics gel. Pretty much all of the 8M3 and hollow points that we've tested in the past from Sam and SG Ammo, from Tula, Wolf, and all those that are supposed to have some kind of fragmentation effect, we are getting none of that, at least in clear gel, and I think that may be part of the blame. We're not using organic gel because it's a lot of setup for me. So it will be interesting to see if this particular bullet has any of those fragmentation abilities. It's around 40 to 45 degrees outside today, overcast. We've got our Pro Chrono Digital as always. Up first, we'll start with our 10.5-inch SBR. This is our Zastava M92 PAP. Got the JMAC Customs muzzle brake out front, our Manticore Arms triangle folder in the back, Vortex Spark up top. Quite a bit of muzzle flash off this load. I'm not sure if you can see it from the camera, but wow. And now our 16 inches, our Palmetto State Armory GF3. Lots of Magpul furniture on here. Our A.L.G. trigger, very nice setup. Still going strong from that torture test. Really like to test their AK-74 at some point too. I think I have like 5,000 rounds at home that would be a good test for it. Much better velocity out of this load compared to the zinc point mild steel core loading. Here is our Sadu Effect 8M3, 25 yards, 16-inch, 18 power scope. Minimal wind outside today, 45, 50 degrees. This is typically what I see with our AK is not the greatest accuracy, 1.852 inches. We had three right here, and then a couple guys made their way over there. Could be bullet design, could be the barrel, hard to say. I did shoot about 1 inch with our subsonic. Here is our Sadu at 100 yards with the 16-inch 18 power scope. A little bit of wind today. I'm actually shooting into it. 4.8 inches. Unfortunately, I don't have enough to shoot anymore because I want to save some for a gel test. But your mileage may vary. Could be a combination of that side mount and just the general lack of accuracy in 7.62x39mm, at least in an AK platform. Now it's time to see if the internet myth is true. This stuff is supposed to have some kind of terminal effect. So we have our 6x6x6 clear ballistics gel block down there. It's a 10% variant. Normally in the past with any 7.62x39mm that I've tested, we don't get any fragmentation out of it, so it'll be interesting to see if we get any at all. We'll start with the shortest barrel length. Nice, very good velocity off those. Color me impressed so far, ladies and gentlemen. The interesting thing with our rifle calibers is the amount of muzzle energy that they produce. Even this thick piece of stainless steel here, this is bent to kingdom come. Even when we get into 7.62x39, 5.56 does it, and then 308 just literally destroys the steel. But we've got on the 10.5 inch about a 3-inch neck before we see any kind of effect. And look at that very wide wound cavity that we see there. We have a fragment from the jacket there and all the way out to right around the 17-inch mark is the rest of our bullet. We've got a big lead fragment there at 15 and the base right there at 16. Very impressive, very controlled penetration depths there. Now our 16-inch with our increased velocity, we've got about 1.5 inch neck. We've got a very wide wound channel starting. We can see fragments at the 8-inch. We've got more at the 13, and then right at the 15, you can see the bullet there, a majority of it, and more fragments. Awesome. That's what we've been looking for with that 8M3 all along that we've been picking up. So it looks like our SADU, again, at least in clear ballistics gel, if someone were to test those bullets in organic, those results may vary, or even in living tissue. Here is a top-down shot. Here's the 10.5 inch, and here's the 16. Couple good fragments going on there. There's another fragment. We'll grab these out in a second, but I would say I'm thoroughly impressed with that. We don't have too much extreme penetration for what I would consider for, you know, home defense, personal protection. You know, about 16 inches, 18, you know, is a good maximum to think of. Probably very effective against, you know, pigs and deer and animals of that size. Cool. Here's the largest pieces that I dug out of our block at the deepest depths. This right here is from the SBR. Nice that it broke that jacket apart, kept a considerable amount of weight with retained weight with it down to that 16 inches. Then here was the 16-inch barrel. Very good job. There's still a considerable mass there penetrating to those depths. Gotta say, our SADU effect ammunition definitely had some good terminal effectiveness. Overall, I'd say you're sitting pretty if you have access to some of this SADU effect ammunition. I do believe it's a late 90s import, so I'm not sure how much of it's still around, but we actually saw fragmentation coming from these rounds, which we've never seen in the past when I've tested the 8M3 or any of the other hollow point ammunitions in the current production 7.62x39. I don't know if we just need more velocity out of that cartridge, or on these particular ones they were making the jackets a little bit thinner, but for whatever reason in my test medium I never was able to get fragmentation. As I close out all my videos, I take a moment to thank all those who help make these possible. Number one is my Patreon supporters. Number two is the gentleman over at AK Files who donated that ammunition to me. I forget his name because I've had that in my ammunition box for probably close to over a year now, but a very big thank you to him. And of course, number three is you all for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you at the range.